The value of science and research to Oregon agriculture is immeasurable. Problems in production require answers from the experts. Oregon State University professor and weed scientist Carol Mallory Smith is one of those experts who has helped growers in Oregon deal with a number of issues concerning on-the-ground weed management. Born in Lewiston and spending her early years on her grandparents' homestead in Northeast Oregon, Carol's family moved to Annatone, Washington, famous now for its detailed population sign. Carol grew up and graduated from the local high school, all the while not far from agriculture. After getting married and having 2 daughters in school, Carol decided it was time for her to go back to school, and she entered the University of Idaho as a non-traditional student, which she says at that time simply meant an old student. Starting off as an English major, she looked through a course catalog and was intrigued with a class in plant protection. That was the gateway to a long and distinguished career in the specialized field of weed science. After 4 years of working at the University of Idaho, the perfect position, as she describes it, opened up at OSU, which has enjoyed a great tradition of weed science. In 1994, she took the position and has held both research and teaching responsibilities ever since. Even before arriving at OSU, Carol was contacted by Oregon's valuable grass seed industry with hopes of someone addressing problems with weeds that affected seed purity. She has spent many years working with grass seed growers and has also worked to solve weed control in wheat, clover, meadow foam, and peppermint. A lot of the research deals with gene flow, looking at what happens between crops and weeds as genes move around in the environment. Much work has been done on jointed goatgrass, a noxious weed east of the Cascades that has been a thorn in the side of wheat growers for years. The work is ongoing, but Carol has developed a better understanding of gene flow and the hybrids produced by wheat and goatgrass that carry herbicide resistance. Nobody wants an invasive weed that doesn't respond to common herbicides. Her work has helped find environmentally friendly methods of dealing with the problem. More high-profile issues developed. Roundup-ready bentgrass was planted in Central Oregon in a controlled situation but still escaped. Carol's survey work helped identify the spread. An escape from Idaho into Oregon also required her expertise to help mitigate the spread. Carol was also a key player in the controversial issue of canola being planted in the Willamette Valley, one of the most difficult issues the Oregon Department of Agriculture has dealt with in recent years. Her scientific knowledge and expertise is still in demand as the issue continues to be studied. Then came the discovery of genetically modified wheat in Northeast Oregon last summer, something that wasn't supposed to be there. Carol was the one who correctly identified the GM trait in a sample of the wheat received from the grower, setting off a tense period of time that jeopardized overseas markets for Oregon's $500 million wheat industry. Again, her work, what she calls just doing her job, was invaluable in navigating the crisis. As Oregon lawmakers and the public grapple with genetically modified issues, Carol's credibility and unbiased views are valuable commodities. Carol still values the classroom and her teaching responsibilities. Her relationship with students has always been strong. Carol has also received university honors, including the esteemed Hislop Professorship. She also has traveled to other countries to learn and teach about weed management and gene flow issues. Whether it's been to Australia working on GM canola, or as a Fulbright scholar to lecture students in Argentina about herbicide-resistant weeds, she's known as an international expert. With her husband Bob, Carol's hobbies include reading and gardening, which involves occasional weed pulling, and traveling to see her kids and grandkids. Carol has helped Oregon growers develop systems to control herbicide-resistant weeds, which has helped crop production in general. Maybe not always the high-profile headlines of canola and GM wheat, but perhaps even more important in the big picture of Oregon agriculture. We thank Carol Mallory Smith tonight for all her contributions to Oregon agriculture.